Alright guys, today we're going to do a video on Kubo preservation. Now the goal is to get this Kubo here to last double its expected lifespan of 7 to 10 years and bump that to 14 to 20 hopefully, maybe even longer, I don't know. The main issue of course is insects and humidity. So here we have linseed oil. Yeah, doesn't say there I guess, huh? Premium quality paints. Where does it say linseed? Oh, got it. There we go. Had that backwards. Okay. So we got our linseed oil. We've got neem oil, which insects really don't like. And then I thought of getting that's about 1.5 liters of diesel to make this a little more viscous, because it's probably going to be a bit thick. Why do we want more viscosity, or higher viscosity or lower viscosity? I don't remember. So we can run it through the spray gun to get in the tight areas. And this has the cinnamon. Yeah, so a lot of people say that you should add orange oil and cinnamon, and that really keeps the bugs away. But orange oil is very expensive compared to all the stuff here. And this was included as a free gift, which is pretty cool. So I'm just going to dump this in and mix it in the big container there. And then I'm going to use the roller for the wide flat areas, and then I'm going to use the spray gun for the corners and stuff. Let's get going. Okay, start with our much cheaper diesel fuel. 55 pesos per liter, so about $1 per liter. And then the neem, no, this is linseed oil. I believe this was about, I think it's about $1.5, about $25, $30, somewhere around there. Clearly better ways of doing that. That was totally stupid. I would admit that right from the start. And losing a lot of oil there too. Doggone it. If they could just make one of these things so it doesn't leak everywhere, that would be amazing. Yeah, so clearly they don't make these tins with easy pouring in mind at all. In fact, I think they designed this to make the biggest mess possible and to waste as much of your oil as possible. Anyway, yeah, just jab the corner. Much better. These cans probably haven't been redesigned for 70 years. And okay, that's one down. Linseed oil down. Yeah, so the idea to reduce the linseed oil with diesel fuel came from reading the ingredients on this. It's organic ingredients, but it has solubilizers, emulsifiers, anyway, stuff to make it flow. So it's not quite as thick. Right. I think that might be enough of the neem oil. Now I'm gonna put in the cinnamon. Oh yeah, it definitely smells like cinnamon. Cinnamon and peppermint oil. This stuff is obviously much more expensive, so smaller quantity, but it's probably the most effective in insect pest repellent. Okay, so I'm gonna mix that together and then dump some of it back in here, some of it in here, and just climb all around the Kubo, soaking it from top to bottom in this stuff. Kind of curious how well the spray gun works first. Okay, looks pretty well mixed. Okay. So the spray gun is the one I was most interested in for the many hard to get to spots. Okay, let me grab my DJI Osmo Pocket 3 with my very oily hand. All right, got my hands nice and okay. Now that'll work for the tight there's a scratch there. Oh, that's probably from the truck. Yeah. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so that works about as good as I think I could expect it to. How long has this Kubo been here?
Maybe 3 weeks.
Yeah, less than 3 weeks, I would say, about 3 weeks. And right here is mold. So this is where the varnish didn't get coated. And here too, you can see that that's bare bamboo. Where there is varnish, there's no mold. Where there's varnish, there's no mold. Where the varnish is thin, there's mold. So actually, if the guy just took his time in building this, that would already increase the longevity. But so I'm going to go over all this. So that's all mold, and all this here. Every spot where they didn't get varnish, it's mold. Where they did get varnish, no problem. So that right there is a big deal. You can see that is bare bamboo and bare coconut wood, completely untreated with anything. And so that's going to be my job for the next few days. Oh, nice. That's cool. Yeah, I'm going to get this thing as coated as I can and see how long we can get it to last. Okay, so I've treated about halfway of the front this way, and then a little bit that way. Most of this area, not too much underneath, and most of the inside on this corner. It's a labor of love, but you know, we love this Kubo, so we're gonna try and make it last. I think, yeah, I'm just gonna keep going. This blend seems to be working well. Using other methods besides the roller, that was just messy, and using a brush and a rag kind of thing. So it's coming along. I did a lot of the bamboo rafter stuff as well. Well, we took Lexi with us this time, so it's been a pretty hardcore visit this time. Started oiling the Kubo inside and out. Mom was a big help. Did some underneath stuff. And Lexi, big help too. Next thing is to try to figure out how to get underneath for the underboards, because that's where the humidity has pretty good free reign. And I got screens on the windows, mosquito screens. There too. And also upstairs. And then all this has been, actually no, that upper level there has not been oiled yet. Down here has been oiled. But the trick and the hard work is getting in all the nooks and crannies, which, as you can see, a Kubo has countless of, like all of those. Spray inside each one. Inside of all of these little nooks and crannies. I mean, it's endless, the little spots that you have to figure out how to get into. I found the sprayer to be very useful, a small brush, and a thick kind of rag thing. But we did underneath the roofing as well. I'll go inside and show the work we did in there. But these lights ended up working for basically all night long. And actually, I guess some neighbors, Jaja told me some neighbors came over to look at the Kubo with the lights. I don't know if I've mentioned it yet in a video. Oh yeah, all this was, so this whole front was oiled. All the front and underneath. And underneath in here too. But see, there's so many places that you have to work the oil into. It makes it a huge job. It's really a labor of love. But we do love the Kubo, so we're gonna keep working on it. And then these are filled with oil too, to create a barrier against insects and the ground and the Kubo. All this side has been oiled. And this was the big part. They put this netting here, obviously, to keep the roof from blowing loose when it has heavy winds. But obviously that makes it impossible to get a brush or roller in there. So that's where the sprayer came really in handy. And then up in there, all of this has been sprayed with a combination of linseed oil, neem's oil, cinnamon, and a little bit of peppermint. But the majority was linseed and neem's oil, and with a little bit of diesel put in just to make the linseed oil a little more viscous. But you can see there that's well saturated. So I'll show you the inside. So this underside over here, basically the whole outside, the whole exterior of this side has been pretty well oiled, except for the very underneath, which I still don't know how to get to. Maybe I'll jack it up and put the whole thing on stilts for a while. That might be the way to do it. Thinking out loud. Put cement blocks under each one, about half a foot thick, and that would be enough room for me to slide under there. All this has been all of these points. And then what I did with these bamboo pieces like this is I actually dumped oil down into the top. So there's like, this is a chamber here. So each of these are sealed chambers in the bamboo. So this one's open at the top, so it's probably filled probably half an inch with oil. All of them are. All the ones that are open at the top, I dumped oil inside so that it can soak down into the bamboo. I'm just trying everything I can to make this thing last longer. Put oil all around here, and let's see where else. Okay, so coming inside now. So again, the back side of these have all been oiled. All of this had mold already starting. Can't really see it now because the process of oiling it removed most of it, but it had already started molding. And same with, it's going to get a bit dark here, the back side of the door. Wow, this Osmo does pretty well. Back side of the door, same thing. It was starting to mold, and as I put the oil on or brushed the oil on, the mold spores flew up. So it was already whatever. Okay, I got a light here now. So yeah, you can see the sheen there. All of this has been oiled. Jojo wanted this. I wasn't a big fan because I wanted the as much of the structure to be exposed as possible so we could treat it as well as possible. You can see all of that has been oiled now. Jojo's mom did most of this. The beams as well. All of that's been oiled. And all of the plywood as well. But she wanted it more finished. I didn't mind the more open structure so I could stay on top of any pest issues, but you know, you got to compromise once in a while. And what else? We got mosquito nets, obviously. That's a queen size. And there's a super double or something like that. It's a very large double up there. Screens on all the windows in the bedroom now. And all of this has been oiled under here as well. So I'd say we did a pretty decent job. Yeah, I think we did a pretty decent job actually, now looking at it all now. Don't see anything obviously dry. So anyway, how to preserve your Kubo 101. I'm learning as I go as well. And thank you to all the subscribers who commented about the best way to preserve wood and all. I didn't know anything about neem's oil. My dad told me about linseed oil for basic preservation, but then another subscriber mentioned neem's oil for the pests. So, but all this, I think we did, no, we haven't done the kitchen yet. Yeah, you can see there it's dry. So that's how it is naturally with zero treatment of any kind. That's just raw material, raw bamboo. And this is with treatment again, just so you can see the difference. All up there needs to be done still. So next visit, but all of this has been done, all these. So that has not been done, that section there. Up there's like tools and helmets and Vincent's RC cars stuff. Then you got some Jaja stuff and whatnot. Over here is the kitchen, obviously. Mini fridge. So I think next time we come, we will move all of this section stuff over there onto these seats and do treatment from the far side of the fridge to this wall and just continue that line, which is this bamboo right here. So everything in between up and down to the other side. And of course the following visit would be the reverse. Move all this stuff out of the way and finish that section up like this, over and down, and then that front part there, the front brow there. So Jaja, the true island girl, wants to go back to the beach tomorrow. So we're working that in with getting the Pajero suspension fixed. We're gonna work that in with getting the Pajero fixed because I went to the auto tech shop where we had it checked, and they lost 2 mechanics due to them being upset and didn't come into work for the past few days. So we're gonna head to the beach and Tagbilaran, do the suspension stuff on the Pajero. At the same time, on the way back, try to collect at least 3 solar panels with the Pajero, and then we will have basically everything we need for the system. We already have the inverter, 3000 watt inverter. We have a 24 volt, 100 amp hour battery. So it's basically going to be half of the system we have at our family house. And, yep. So fortunately, the lights just came on before leaving now. And now you can see, I think that looks pretty cool. Of course, when it's darker, it looks cooler yet, but anywho. Yeah, when we come back next time, I'm going to check to see if the mold will have had progressed in the areas that have been treated. But pretty sure that's going to work. Oh yeah, okay, so this is an example right here, the mold. There. Okay, and I think this one, no, maybe not. This, definitely. Right here. That's definitely mold, that too. So, like here, you can see where they missed the varnish. So the varnished area is all good, but where it's very thin, like that, or where they missed it entirely, like right there, mold is starting already, and it's only been here 2 weeks. And so we're gonna stay on top of that. Look at our beautiful roof for the bathroom now. Thank you, John.
So that's it for today's video, and thank you for watching. Thank you for the like, thank you for the subscribe, and don't forget that the Christian Filipina link is on our description. See you again soon, and don't forget to like and subscribe for the new people, and click the notification bell. So whenever I do live, you can ask me about, or my husband, about solar inverter batteries and stuff, and about living in the Philippines, especially in the province. Thank you, everyone.
1, 2, 3, final countdown, no time to breathe. Get your mind ready, your rhymes better be on to. 掌握的节奏 bar flow， 嘴巴闭上，肩膀摇晃的特别一样。你们皱眉就是被我逐渐带。
so rudely.
Great job.
Great job.